we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. It's the kind of thing, you know, we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know, we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Woo! You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We could be in for some serious offense today. The Chargers are top 10 in total yards. They go up against the Chiefs defense that will need to be at the top of its game. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
America's finest city on about as fine a Sunday afternoon as you're ever going to see. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Diego Chargers. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Then here's a look at the starting offense. Carr to throw on second down. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
A good explosive run there sets them up with a new set of downs, and every team wants to start their game with a really nice drive. 3 and out, no one wants to see that, and they were able to avoid it after that run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Let's just go ahead and go back to that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you?
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Underneath here to Hill. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was in the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Eric Armstead was a big-time high school basketball player turned into college football All-American. Now they're counting on him in the NFL to fulfill his promise.
Rodgers to throw up, and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to... And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Rodgers going to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On first down, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Second down now after the incompletion. The first carry now. This is Hill. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. That second down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
26. Check 50. Check 50. Check. Fresno. Going right. Hey, watch it.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. A dump off now to Hill. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's in across the chalk. Touchdown, San Diego. Jeremy Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he knocks it through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And now here comes Kansas City. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down following the run. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The play clock's running down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
This is taken at the 15. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he connects with Ertz. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. On 2nd down, trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now this time Carl throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. First and goal from the 5. And they'll run it here. And he'll keep working toward that. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out here in the eye. And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
And now San Diego getting set to go. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin the drive with Hill. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Rodgers going to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Throwing on first down is Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great effort there. 81 yards. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now San Diego getting set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They run it again with Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. And they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. Now it's Rodgers. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
We ready? Red 18. Red 18.
Play clock winding down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Third down and 5. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. To throw, it's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field. And he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there. And now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. shift together here from the D-line. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. No gain on the play there. Second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On play action, it's Carr. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. It's a four-receiver look to the right side. Throwing his Carr on third down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Rodgers now on first down. A dump off now to Hill. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Rodgers to throw once more. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin, and it's third down. 7 yards remaining here on third down. Hill, the lone setback. Now Rodgers trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they went. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They come out here in the eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And brought down there by a pair of Chargers on the stop. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Time running out here on the play clock. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now San Diego getting... Set to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Let's go. Rush it.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
He's back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw. Underneath here to Hill. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
They slot Gronkowski outright. Back to throw. A dump off now to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
158.
To throw is Rodgers. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Chiefs, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for San Diego, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from San Diego.